Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Call of the Night episode number 10 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we got to see a new not a new character. We've already met her, Seri, but we got to see her part of the story a little bit, what she does and what is her what problems she's dealing with and all that. And we get to see how what she wants is just friendship, and that's why she interacted with someone who obviously kind of started liking her and started becoming more clingy, more pushy. And she realized that she doesn't want that. And obviously, because he was her friend, she did not want to kill him and also didn't want to make him a vampire. So all of these things included, she was very conflicted, and at the same time she also wanted someone to just talk to without the whole romantic thing coming into play. And yeah, but at the same time, since she's a vampire, she cannot, the way she talks and everything, flirts now and then, she cannot stop that. So it was a very a problematic, a complicated situation. And we see Ko kind of going in and kind of helping her out with this situation. That guy also comes in. His name is, I forgot his name. His nickname is Akun, I think. Yeah. And he also comes in, and both of them kind of talk by the end. And in the end, he decides that he wants to become a vampire. And obviously, because he cannot take away his love, so that was his decision. And in the end, she decides to make him a vampire. But in the end, I said in the previous episode, I'm pretty sure she doesn't, like she said, she doesn't want this to go into that type of a situation, like a like or love type of situation. She won't be able to give back her his feelings. She just wants him to be a friend. But he, however, he has his feelings, because otherwise he won't become a vampire. It's kind of, I feel like, like it's a it's as if he has his feeling, but he will never get it reciprocated by her. But he has decided to keep being her friend, which is, I feel a little bad for him. That's it, just by the end of it. But either way, it ended in a good note. So yeah, all's well that ends well, I guess. I'm pretty sure we'll see him more in the future. I think so, maybe. We'll see. But anyways, that was that. Let's see what happens today. If we get to see some more of the vampire, like there's a few other characters as well. Maybe we'll get to see their part of the story as well. So yeah, let us begin. This is episode number 10. So I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Vamp. Oh, is this that girl? Yeah, that vampire? What's her name? I don't remember. Yeah, that's girl. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because everyone. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Well, don't mind. All right, let's see. All right, so we will be doing this today. All right. Yeah, what is he going to do? Like maybe no. I don't think he's going to do that. Yeah, as a customer. Oh boy. Okay. Wow. The way she said that. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Let's see. Yep, I knew it. Oh my god. Oh. Oh boy, here we go. All right, let's go. Oh. Okay. No. Yeah, probably like a. Oh. Ah. Makes sense. Oh, great. Well, that worked. Very sweet, but not too much. Wow. Wow. This guy is on a roll. Another rebel, true. Oh, who's this? Okay, she's not a vampire. She's a normal human, isn't she? Well, he's so confused. Look at his face. Anissa. Wait, really? I'm pretty sure she's lying. I don't believe that. Wow. She's also talking in third person. Oh, oh yeah, her name. Hey, hello. These guys. Hmm. Exactly. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, true. Like he's probably the only one who probably won't be. Yeah, I don't. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, someone's message. Oh no, I. They were snapping pictures at that moment. All right. No, no. Yeah, he didn't have that in mind. He was investigating. Hmm. Yeah, those guys behind her. Oh my god. Huh? Yeah, like the hair is there. Like her hair is visible. Wasn't it those guys behind her? I don't know. Like, they were in the perfect position. Enlarge the peeping tom photo. What? Oh my god, he's just. Hey, someone's coming in. Sama? What? Why is he talking? She talking like this? Like then she's not in the maid cafe. Like why is she talking like this to him? No more casual way, shouldn't she? Okay. Oh, okay. It was not those guys. Those guys were just okay. Never mind. Okay, she's again calling him Sam. What's going on? Yeah, please leave. Damn, he's fast. What? Oh, yo. Has he already become a vampire? He's running like a. Um, who knows? Hmm. Yeah. No. How did they? Okay. Wow, someone went through that to. Oh my god. To get like some peep photos. Crazy. Yeah. How? Maybe. I don't think so. Maybe a drone or something they used. I don't know. Oh my god. Wait, she open the window like this now and then while she's changing? She just opened it like that. Did she do that when the person who was taking photo was there? Oh my god. Well, okay. Yo. Oh my god. Oh wait. Oh no, maybe did she do it? No, no, how is that possible? How will I'm thinking maybe she did it herself, but how would she get the upskirt photo if she was the one who did it? Yeah, that's good. Which is there's one truth? Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, I was oh my god, he's like oh no. Yeah. Hmm. Well. Oh, I think it was her. Or was let's see. Wait, why did she get in? Shouldn't Nazuna have got oh my god. Look, yeah, like I said, like Nazuna would have gotten in and she could have never. Yeah. Oh, so it's not her. Okay, interesting. Oh my god. Hmm. Yeah. After closing hours, there you go. Most everyone's a no for me. Okay, here we go. Why did she open the window? It was her, I think. Oh my god. Yep, there you go. It was her. Then why did she like she could take pictures whatever she wants to do, but why did she send it? Why does she send it to them? Yeah. Yeah, it will be shaky and the positioning will be yeah. Wow. Hmm. god. Here we go. Oh, oh my god, here we go. Yeah, like I can, like she can take photos or whatever she wants to do it. But why did she send it? Hmm. Okay, 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 okay. Ah, that's what she was doing. That's why she sent it. Hmm, makes sense. Boy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. True. Yeah. Who's talking like that? Oh, is she like? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was true then. I was thinking she was lying or something, like it was her character, like that. Hmm. Oh, okay, okay. What? Oh my god. uh. Okay, that was nice. So we're going like with all the different characters, one like after the other, like seeing their story, not story as per se, but what do they go through, and like what are they dealing with and all that stuff. And we can see how different people like the different vampires have different ways of like kind of interacting with people and what they do. For example, Seri, she wanted a friend, and that's why the whole that Gyaru type of character she has, like she just wants someone to talk, like a friend of her own age. Doesn't want it to go beyond that, and kind of hang around and all that, and that's she just wants to have fun, going karaoke, all that stuff. That's what she likes, and that's what she does. Midori here, she likes everyone kind of fussing all about her, like that's why she's in a maid cafe, and she kind of like gets like like she likes that, showing that, and that's why this is like her thing. The other girls that we saw, maybe they, like, everyone will have, all the vampires will have their own thing, and we'll probably see that one after the other. This is the second 10th episode, 3 more episodes after this. So how many girls did we see there? Okay, is that it? Wait a minute. These two. There was another girl I remember. Kind of the similar age to Midori, had black hair. There was that girl, the tall girl with the red hair, with who's like wearing the business suit. And then there was that girl who looked like, that Ara girl, the that girl who got grabbed, Ko, and flew away to their base. So 3 of them left. So I'm guessing we're going to see all 3 of them in these 3 upcoming episodes, their story or what they go through, something like that. All right. Okay, so that was that was this episode. Now here we see at the beginning that Midori is kind of frustrated about the situation, because one of her one of her place's maids have decided to just ditch today, and there'll be a lot of people, obviously, there'll be short of one person, and she was thinking like which person to bring in. It's like in the middle of the night, so she needs like some particular people who will be active at the night. Only people who she knows who are active at night are the vampires, and she doesn't want to get the vampires because it'll be like a whole competition then. Because they're also vampires. They'll also try to get more, what can I say, get more people to like them. So that's something that she doesn't want. And it kind of reminds me of how different different creatures have different hunting grounds, and they're kind of just marked. Like if some other creature come into that hunting ground, the person get the main creature over there gets mad and tries to chase away that creature, something like that. It kind of reminds me of that, where everyone has their own place and own hunting ground. I think they also kind of, I remember them also saying something like that. Yeah, they have particular places for them or something like that. I don't know, but anyways, and she's like, okay, what should I do? And then she she sees Nazuna and Ko kind of walking, and she's like, oh, I found one. She is not popular, and there's no chances of her taking away my customers. So there you go. Now they bring them in, and obviously Nazuna's wearing a maid costume, and Midori kind of tells her what you have to do and all that, and she's kind of in her head she's thinking all right, this is the perfect time to show Ko that how I am better than Nazuna, because she remembers previously how he called her something like he called her oh no, sorry, he picked Nazuna over her, I remember. Yeah, and she's still frustrated about that, so she's like, yeah, this is perfect timing to do this. Now obviously what will Ko do? Just sit down as a customer. I feel like this was one of the one of the most, what can I say, enviable position for people who actually go to maid cafes and spend money, because Ko actually did not have to spend anything, and he could stay all day in the maid cafe. Imagine people who love going to maid cafe and spend a lot of money going there and all, they'll freak out probably if they hear that Ko was actually did not have to pay anything, and he was able to stay there from the beginning to the end. Oh my god. Because as far as I know, maid cafes cost a lot, people who go there, and the food and everything, they are they're a lot costlier than they usually in restaurants, because of how the whole maid cafe thing. That's why, and the whole moe kyun that they do, taking pictures and all that, they charge extra for all of that, as far as I know. So it's quite expensive, and Ko was able to get all of that without spending anything all day. Like, goddamn. Special privilege. Because Nazuna was working there. Now, Midori, everyone, Ko comes in and everyone's like, oh, welcome home, master. And Nazuna's like, yep. Oh, no, no, what did she say? She says, hey there. And like in a very casual way. And yeah, obviously. Now, here, Ko is sitting down and Midori comes and introduces Nazuna, and Nazuna is very casually just saying, oh, hey there, hello there, sup, yo, kind of like that. She's talking. And Nazuna, Midori's like, what the hell are you doing? This is not how you're supposed to do that. And she's like, what? I'm not supposed to remember all those things, like, that I have to say. And then as soon as she says, like, oh, you know what, like, you're going to get money, so do this properly. And she's like, wait, I'm getting money? Then she's like, all right, fine, I'm going to do it. Because obviously, she knows she needs money. Like the whole, massage thing that she does also is because of money. So, to actually remain in this, in this society, she needs money. Even though I doubt she needs food that much. She doesn't probably need food money. She probably needs money to pay the rent of the place that she's staying in and all the other stuff, probably like the games she buys, like she's a gamer. She, we've seen her gaming and all that, so I'm pretty sure those cost money. So yeah, probably those things, and maybe electricity and all that. She needs money for that. I doubt she needs money for food, because as far as no, I'm not sure about this. Have they established this? Does vampires eat food? Like, I've seen a lot of animes where vampires actually don't need food. They can just suck blood and that'll like just keep them fulfilled. So I do wonder if they actually told us that in this show. Like, does all of these girls actually need food separately? Or they don't need food? They just eat food just for the sake of it? I'm not sure. I don't remember them saying something like that. But anyways. So yeah, she's like, all right, fine, I'm going to do it. If money is involved here, I'm going to do it. And then she's I love how she kind of tries a lot of different ways to say welcome back. And she says, go Susan, like the master, big boss, my liege. Nushi, chicken. Like, different ways that, like different, like, because I think like shukun, you call like your like your liege, or like you're someone who's like above you in like what can I say, like in the king or something like that, or like like the, yeah, something like that. And wait, what? Nushi, yeah, that's also something. Like, these are like I feel like these are like archaic words, ancient, not ancient, but old words that people use to call their master. And Nazuna is quite old, as we know. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she's like, she can, like, in her head she thinks these type of things. When you calling someone as a master, these type of things pop up in her head. So yeah, anyways, enough about that. And we see Midori kind of demonstrating what she does. Ko asks her, like, what do you do? Like, what type of character do you have? Now, as far as I know, all these maids have like a different character or something. As far as I know, like, a few maid cafes have this thing, but like certain girls have like certain character. For example, a girl, like, it's kind of like a tsundere or something, maybe, they kind of act like that. And something like that, like, like, but for her, Midori is like, oh, I don't have anything like that, I'm just normally cute. And we see what she does, like, kind of the whole gives the other person the coffee, the whole moi moi kyun, and that heart shape with the hand. And yeah, and the guy, he's like drinking the coffee and he's like, oh, perfect amount of sweetness, not too much, not too god damn. And yeah, and Ko is like, what type of conversation are they having? This is too high level. Now, okay, now we get to see a new character here. Okay, what's her name? I think Arisa, I think. Just a second. Let me check. What was her name? Arisa. Yep, that's her name. So she's like, oh, this is the first time here, and she's like, yeah, my name is Arisa, and she talks about what she likes, like like what she does, like goes to different maid cafes. Now I was thinking she was actually lying, not lying, but making up the stuff, because like it's part of the character. I was thinking, like I said, like every maid has like a character, and they kind of do it like that. So I thought this was part of the character. And there's also another thing, I think you're actually not allowed to call the maid by their actual name. They have like a particular name. For example, Midori is called Midori here, not her like full name. She's called Midori here, and you should not call the maids by some other name, because as soon as they get here, they become that character. Like she becomes Midori as soon as she comes here, and that's why I'm saying, like, I thought that was like part of her character, where she says like, oh, this is my favorite food. I go to different maid cafes to see, like what they do and all that. I thought, oh, this is probably part of the character, and that's probably not true. She probably does something else. But turns out she actually does that. We'll kind of see that later on, get like confirmation about that. But anyways, she says all of that, and Go's face throughout this whole episode is just completely like just flabbergasted. He's just looking at everything. Now, oh boy, I mean, and Isa kind of like goes kind of bends down, and I was just seeing those two guys and behind him, her. Oh my god, I'm like, wow, it's just crazy. And that's why I kind of suspected them, because that angle, I was pretty sure they were the one who took the picture or something. But turns out we get to know later on that no, it was not any of the customers. It was it was her herself. Now here we can see how she genuinely, like you could say, respects Midori. Now this is kind of interesting, because I thought this was just a pretense she was making up, and in the end we're going to see how she actually doesn't like her and hates her or something like that. And because she was number one before, and she came and she became number two. But by the end we actually see the respect is real. She actually respects her very much. Obviously she's frustrated because she wasn't able to keep her number one position, but she, like the respect is genuinely there for her. She genuinely respects her, and what she was telling Ko was actually the truth. And she also says like, oh, I was actually number one, I know all of that, and after she came in, I became number two. And then she kind of says like, oh, I'm not supposed to say all of this, so yeah, keep this a secret. All right. And I feel like she probably approached Ko because she thought that how he was not at all what do you call it, like affected by Midori, like not at all, like she was just talking to her casually. That's probably why she decided to approach Ko, because like she said, like after she came in, like everyone became an instant fan of her, and she became number one. So she felt frustrated. So probably seeing like Ko, and realizing that, oh, like this is one person that he probably is not even looking at Midori like that, so let me go and interact with him. Probably because of that's why, particularly, I don't know, I think she probably chose Ko to have a conversation with at that moment. That's why. And Ko kind of says one thing here. Ko is like, I don't understand the difference here, like because Midori seems the same to me here, but all the other people are very much charmed by her. Probably because I myself am in, like in the presence of another vampire, which is Nazuna. That's why, and I know what's happening. I know that she's a vampire, so that's probably why I'm not that much affected by it. And yeah. And it's true, like we've seen that Ko is actually not charmed by any of the vampires. Like I do wonder if that's actually because he knows that those are vampires, or maybe there's something else going on. Like he genuinely is not charmed by any of them. Like, it's crazy. Like, I do know, like when he doesn't understand love, he talked about that previously, but still, like not being charmed at all, that's kind of crazy. And that's also probably why like he's so compatible with Nazuna. Anyways, after that, We see Midori kind of plotting as to, like, like what to do to make Ko realize her charm and all that. All right. Now next we see that the day they're in a break, Nazuna is kind of drinking beer or whatever. And what's her name, Midori is like, all right, like, I'm going to take some pictures, like post it on social media, for those, like, like promotional stuff and all that. And then, okay, now one thing I need to see here, where did the picture, was that in the social media app? It seems like a messaging app. Oh yeah, it is a messaging app. Oh, it's probably the group chat of the yeah. It's probably the group chat of the maid cafe or whatever. I'm not quite sure, but it seemed like a messaging app. Like, I was thinking, like, where did he upload the pictures? Was it what is Instagram or something like that? Like under the maid cafe account, or was it somewhere else? But see, this seems like a messaging app. So I think it's like a group, like group chat or something. But that's where the things were uploaded. Now I did kind of, like, at first I was, like, kind of suspecting those guys, but then little by little I did started suspecting her, that maybe she was the one who took it. But I really did not know how she took the pictures, because the angles were different. And also another thing, I was confused. I was like, why did she post it in this, like, in the messaging app? Like, what's the point in that? But she tells us the reason, which we get to know. I'll talk about it later, why she did that. But all right, now, yeah, that's happening, like those peep photos. And who is kind of looking at them, and obviously Midori is pissed. Midori is like, what the hell, like, why does not why is it her, why not me? So, like, that's what she's getting mad about at first. But anyways, later on she kind of asks Cole's help to, like, like figure out who the culprit is, because, like, this is not okay. And Ko is like, all right, let me put on my detective cap, and yeah, let's begin. And he's just, like, staring at the photos. Oh boy. And in comes uh Adi. Just a second. Okay, in comes Aisa, and she's like, oh, like, don't look at don't look at it so closely, I'll get embarrassed. Now they kind of talk after that, and like, she's like, okay, now he tries to think, like, how can someone take a picture like this? Like, it's a risky move, sneak photography. And he's, like, kind of looking at the window. He's like, okay, someone probably took some from the window and all that. She opens the window, sees outside, and kind of looking at everything out. And here obviously I said, like, oh, like, like, I actually need to change, like, people waiting outside, so can you please leave? And he's like, all right, fine. Goes outside. And now he's like, all right, you know what, let me check out the balcony door. He goes there, balcony door is locked. And like these were probably the suspicious sections that probably made her most suspicious, because first of all, the door was locked, and not only that, they go outside, and if you actually climb the whole thing, it's crazy. You need, like, some really athleticism. You need to be very much like, athletic to somehow go up like that. And I was thinking, I was like, what the hell, like, what, like, someone went through all of that just to get a few pictures, like, what? But I guess, like, there are different people like that as well. Like, I wouldn't, like, be surprised. Like, people do weird stuff for, like, things, for different things. But anyways, like, it did feel a little bit odd, because, the first thing was like, there was the lock, and then if you have to climb the thing, you have to climb it like this. So they're like over there outside. And okay, now here Here, Ko says something like, "Oh, like someone who would probably have like a vampire's athletic ability would probably be able to come here." And Nazuna's like, "Oh wait, so Midori did it," and Ko is like, "No, it's someone else." And then suddenly the window opens, and she's like she was probably going to, like, you know what? Let me check this part. Yeah, she had the phone in her hand. She was getting ready to put the, like, the stand over there and take some selfies. Yep, she has her phone in her hand. Okay, so there you go. I don't think, did he notice that? Did Ko notice it? Like, obviously it would be so suspicious, like if someone comes in front of a window and opens it with the phone in their hand while changing, in the middle of changing. Like, that's a very, like, weird situation. No, Ko doesn't realize that. Ko is not looking at her because she's so yeah, he did not see that. I feel like if he saw the phone over there, he would have probably more easily, like, deduced the whole situation. He probably did not realize she had the phone in her hand at that moment. But anyways, so then they're like, all right, like, like, let me get some dummy photographs and see how can people photograph in this situation. And he takes a few photographs, kind of like, like, and he's like, something is odd about this picture. The angle is fine, but it's something is weird. Now, okay, you know what, let me see those that part, because we get a little glimpse. Okay, just a sec. Yeah, so he says like something is odd, and Nazuna goes in, and Nazuna's like, I'll be a model for you. And they take the picture, and Nazuna has like some weird face. Just probably not ready, like, half blinking and all. Ko sees that, and Ko's like, oh my god, what is this? Is ugly. And obviously, like, and then he's like, all right, you know what, like, yeah, nothing you can do about it, because if you're not ready, like, people who are not used to take snapping pictures won't, like, get like a good picture out. And she never snapped pictures. I doubt she ever snapped any type of selfie or something. But yeah, that's probably why her face became like that. And little by little, Ko is actually putting everything together. And like, this is where he probably realized that the pictures that we saw were too good to be like a, like, like a picture. Like, people who are like sneaking and, like, taking pictures like that, the angle will be weird, like maybe the phone will be in like a weird direction, or like it'll be shaky and all that. Like, there's a lot of things. So to make, like, picture like that so nicely with the little like editing, like, those apps, those beautify apps or whatever you call them, which, like, like, kind of, when you snap pictures with them, it automatically edits your pictures and make it nice. It was something like that. So he's like, okay, like, who takes pictures like that? Obviously not someone who's in that mentality. So he, little by little, he puts everything together, and he comes to the realization that this was probably herself. She herself probably snapped the pictures. And he's like, yes, you know what, I'm going to use that line which I always wanted to use. When work's over, gather everyone together. If what I've deduced is correct, the culprit will definitely come to the crime scene. I was thinking he was going to say something like, there's always one truth, or something like that, Oh, something like that I thought he was going to say. But anyways, now they call in Midori, and he's like, all right, I'm 90% sure, 80, probably 70, no, 50 or 60% sure that this is what happened. And while they were having this conversation, in comes Isis coming in, and they probably hurriedly, like, Nazuna decided to stay outside while Midori and Ko gets in. And I was like, why, like, why did this combination happen? Like, actually what was supposed to happen, I'm guessing, was like Midori would be outside and Nazuna would get inside, but they probably in like hurried, they probably weren't able to do it properly. They were probably closer to the locker, so these two went into the locker while Nazuna was outside, and Nazuna's like, oh, I'm going home, like, so yeah. And she just leaves, and these two are like inside the locker, just stuck together. My god. Now after that, we see that here Ko explains all of the situation, like all of the evidence, the clues that he got. He says, number one, all the pictures were taken when no one was there. If this was taken, the upskirt photo, if it was taken like when staff were there, they would probably see some other people in the photograph. No one was there, and obviously, which shows that this was taken when no, after closing hours. And also he kind of explains about where is it, just a sec. Yeah, I think he also explains about how the pictures are like pretty well taken. So obviously the conclusion is that she herself is taking the pictures. Now they come out and catches her red-handed, her with the phone, taking the selfie. And that's probably why she always opens the window, because she needs like a place to put the selfie stick, that thing. So yeah, now Ko is like, oh, we got you. And Nazuna takes the like phone as soon as she there, because she could have easily taken the phone and probably deleted it and said something like, oh no, you're mistaken, I was doing something else. But good job, Nazuna grabbed the phone as soon as she was there and just like saw what she was doing. Now Ko asks, like, my question is, why are you doing this? Like I was also thinking, like I kind of knew, like I kind of realized that she was probably doing this because of her fall in popularity. She wanted like some kind of a self validation she was getting, like this. So I kind of realized that was what she was doing. But the one thing that I was confused about is, why did she send it? That was my question. I was like, why did she send it to that messaging app or whatever? And that was one part I was confused with, which she actually explains. She says that I sent it because I wanted everyone to think that I was still relevant, because her pictures were the one taken, not Midori's. That would show how she is still relevant, she's not forgotten, that kind of a thing. And she wanted that to happen, which is something I realized. I was like, all right, makes sense. That's what she was trying to do, and that was her goal. And not only that, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of factors kind of playing here. Number one is she loves taking selfies, which we get to know later on. She always takes selfies, and all she kind of talks about how she takes selfies and it becomes night or whatever, which is crazy, obviously. Like, who does that? I don't know, probably people does that, but and she loves doing that, like taking pictures and all that. So that was also part of this whole thing. She probably wanted to take, and that, because of that, I feel like she didn't realize how you're supposed to take a photograph. She made everything nice. She used the app that she always uses, the Beautify app that she uses, that automatically edits the picture. She used that app, put it in a proper angle, and took the selfie after kind of posing. Like, that's not how sneak pictures are taken. And she did not realize that, obviously, because she's used to taking selfies like that. So this also shows how like she loves actually taking selfies, and that's why she also probably wanted to do this. And obviously, like we get to know later on, that she wanted some kind of a like people to think that, oh, I'm still relevant enough even after Midori came in. And that's why she actually sent those pictures. And that now they're like, how did like Midori's like, how did you understand? Asking Ko that, how did you understand that it was her? Come to that conclusion. And obviously he explains how the pictures were pretty well taken for a peep pictures. But then he says something like, oh, once the crucial thing was missing, which is like an upskirt photograph, no panty shots. Midori's like, what the hell, dude? That's how you came to this conclusion? like fair enough, I guess. Like as he said, like it's true. Like there was no photographs like that, and everything was kind of like like it was very tame, the photographs and everything. And that's what he was saying. He was like, she took pictures, but it was not too crazy. And he says like, I doubt any person who peeps on someone is going to snap pictures of in that timing and be content with that. No, they would definitely have some panty shots and some other like stuff. So yeah, that's why, that was the big reason why he realized that it was probably done by her herself. And if it was intentional. And Midor is like, oh, I knew that a boy's opinion was needed. And and Nazuna is like, yeah, a boy whose head is completely in the gutter. Oh boy. And like and then like we say, like he asks, why did you do this? And she explains the situation. She wanted to be more like let everyone know that she's relevant still. And here Midori is like, oh, this is called an illness. And like this part, I feel like a lot of people will probably like see, like like if they hear something like this, they'll take it in a wrong way, which is why Ko was like, oh, that was a little bit harsh, isn't it? And but here Midori was probably telling it in a very nice manner, like in a very polite manner, that, oh, this is an illness. And which, because what she follows that with is like, oh, like everyone has an illness like this. For example, you also have an illness. You are not able to kind of get used to the school. That's why you are just skipping school and you are just playing around at night. That's your illness. And then she also says in the end that I also have an illness. I just want everyone to like say that they they like me, that the whole like want to that's why I'm here in the maid cafe and want everyone to fuss about me. That's also like my illness. Everyone here also has an illness. They also want that. So every human being in some way or the other has an illness, and we just have to live with it. We have to live with it and like keep going along. And like while she was saying that, in the middle of it, Aisa was saying like, oh, then I'll leave, okay, there's no need to like as she was saying that, that's when Midori said like, it's not bad, like obviously it's not bad what you're dealing with. It's an illness obviously, but it's not bad. It's something that everyone has in some way or the other. So yeah, and this whole maid cafe, everyone, the people who are coming here, they also have an illness. The maids who are like working here, they also have an illness, and we all have our own illness, and that's just part of being human. And then in the end, she also says like, you took some nice pictures, and yeah, humans are all sick in like humans are pretty much all sick in their own ways, and yeah. And after that we see Ko was just waiting, and now we get to see that Nazuna, the pay is good, maid cafe pay is nice. So so Nazuna is like, oh, nice, like new, like this is some a part-time job that I can get a lot of money from. So she's probably become like a part-time jobber over here. And yeah, and then we see Aisa coming, and Aisa sitting down beside Ko. And like she's talking about how she has become good friends with Midori after that. They kind of like kind of exchange like pictures and all that. She takes selfies and shows that to Midori. And yeah, and she talks about how she loves taking selfies and all that. She goes to maid cafe, and she and Midori are kind of bonding on this. And in the end she was like, all right, let us take a picture of ourselves as well. And in the end we get a nice little picture of everyone in the shot. Yeah, and that is very tense. So there you go, this episode. So basically they're going it like that, like as we can see how Ko and Nazuna are having like a connection in their own way to all the other different characters that we met. For example, in the previous episode we got a connection with Seri, where we're like good friends with Seri now. We can go to karaoke with Seri, just hang out, like maybe have a meal, that type of a friend, maybe play video games, that type of a friend, they are with Seri now, and that's how they kind of established a connection. Here in this episode, we see how Midori and Nazunako had made like a connection where Nazuna is in this maid cafe where she is like like a part-time jobber now here, and this is a connection they share now, like that type of a thing. So I'm guessing the other characters will also get some kind of connection to them as well. And I do wonder after she like she actually becomes probably establishes contact with all of them, what is how the story is going to proceed from there. I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm pretty sure the whole Ko becoming vampire thing is going to get breached after that, and the whole falling in love with Nazuna is going to, that part will come after that. And I do wonder if this is I'm kind of trying to think what is going to happen. Is the end goal here Ko becoming a vampire, or Ko will become a vampire and the story is going to proceed from there? Like that's how manga and anime work. Like there's usually like these type of situations where there's like an actual goal. Either what they do is that goal becomes the end goal, and the whole anime is about the journey where they got to the goal, and as soon as they reach the goal, the anime or the manga ends. That's one type of an anime or manga. Another type of manga is that where a goal is established, but it's not the final goal. We go to that goal very quick, and then from that goal, a new thing starts. So I do wonder which category this falls into. I'm pretty sure we'll get to know. But either way, for now, the goal is Ko becoming a vampire and Ko starting to like Nazuna. So you know what I would personally prefer? I would personally prefer this to be in one of those instances where we reach the goal quicker, and then the story continues from there, because there's for two reasons. One reason, I want to see Ko as a vampire, and see more of him and Nazuna from that point onwards. Another thing is I want to see the development after he falls in love with Nazuna, because obviously him becoming a vampire means he'll fall in love with Nazuna. So that's why I want to see more development from that point onwards. I don't want it to end, that being the end point. I want that becoming a vampire to be like in the middle point or something like that, and we get more story after that, more development after that. That's what I personally want. And who knows, I'm not sure. I don't read the manga, so I'm not quite sure where the manga is, but I would prefer if it goes in that way. We reach the goal quick and then get more development from that point onwards. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, that was it. That was my reaction to Call of the Night episode number 10. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it, guys, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of The Call of the Night. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.